This is not about politics, this is about faith, fury, and a single, explosive moment in the heart of the US Capitol. A moment where the Speaker of the House, the third most powerful person in America, launched a personal attack on a young, freshman congresswoman from Texas, challenging the very core of her soul. Speaker Mike Johnson, Bible in hand, stood tall, confident. He accused Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett of being a political convenience, not a true believer. He declared her faith was bent to fit her politics. The chamber gasped, reporters leaned forward. Johnson had drawn a sacred line, but Crockett didn't flinch. You expected outrage, maybe tears or a political deflection. Instead, she did something truly stunning. She calmly reached into her bag, pulled out her own well-worn Bible, and the entire room froze. What happened next changed the rules of engagement in Congress forever. Before we dive into the powerful words that destroyed his argument, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the deep dive analysis of moments like these. To understand this duel, you must understand the two Bibles at the podium. On one side, Mike Johnson, a constitutional lawyer whose faith is deeply tied to legal and political structure. His interpretation is one of personal responsibility, limited government, and strict adherence to specific policy outcomes. On the other side, Jasmine Crockett. Her faith is not from a courthouse, it's from a pulpit. She is the granddaughter of a Baptist preacher, raised in a faith centered on justice and works. In her office, her law degree hangs next to a single, powerful scripture, Micah 6:8. What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God? This was her mission statement, her anchor. The hearing was about poverty. Johnson, playing his hand, used 2 Thessalonians 3:10, if anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat, and Proverbs, generosity should be private, not government. This was his legalistic trap, designed to paint her compassion as fiscal irresponsibility. The first sign that Johnson miscalculated was Crockett's first word. She didn't argue policy, she didn't argue budget. She responded to the faith attack with a powerful shield. Matthew 7:1-2, judge not, that you be not judged. She refused to question his heart, but in doing so, she brilliantly forced him to defend his own. Crockett's voice grew stronger, charged with conviction. Johnson had used the Bible as a stick. Crockett was about to use it as a roadmap for governance. She conceded his point. Yes, individual charity matters. But then she asked, does the Bible stop there? She turned the worn pages not to a feel-good verse, but to Deuteronomy 15:11, speaking of structural policy. You shall open wide your hand to your brother, to the needy and to the poor in your land. But she went deeper. These were not polite suggestions for a charity drive. These were structural policy mandates, what we call government programs today. Johnson wanted charity. Crockett showed him the Bible demands systemic justice. Next, she dismantled his work ethic argument. Johnson quoted 2 Thessalonians 3:10 out of context. Crockett brought the context back. Paul was writing to people who stopped working because they thought Jesus was returning immediately. It was a letter about fanaticism, not poverty. Then came the emotional blow. She referenced the Acts 4 early church, who shared everything, so there was not a needy person among them. Would you call that dependency? Mr. Speaker, she asked, and the ultimate question, should a 6-year-old child go hungry because their parent made bad choices? Did Jesus add conditions when he said, let the little children come to me? Johnson, shaken but desperate, tried to end the debate with his conservative knockout blow, the most common political faith argument, Romans 13.